To the papas and mamas in the house, you welcome back to Chokitable channel. Channels whereby we bring you vital information that we be able to help you in decision making and in moving your life forward one way or the other. I call you here, papas and mamas, brothers and sisters, and the generation of Gen Z. You are all welcome to the channel. Come here, let us talk about a brief history about Nigeria, a brief history about the actors, those people that put Nigeria, on the path of where they are today, the actors that performed during the time. And look at this picture very well. Look at this picture very well and study it. Most especially of the generation of Gen Z, you will understand it a little bit. If you don't understand, then I'm going to read something for you out of this picture. We're going to play a kind of game and try to pick out some faces and what becomes of them today. Most of them, are they still alive, or have they gone to the land of beyond, died or something like that? So let us try to see. And we will not be able to talk much about each and every person in this picture, but I will try to do something, mention their names, the post they held in Nigeria before they retired or something like that. Basically, when you look at them, you see the picture of a military men standing close to each other. And this is a group picture of them taken way back in history. But we can try to bring forth what they contributed to the nation, and where they headed and where they went wrong and something like that. You will try to see, and I'm going to do a little bit of analysis for you. Just watch and see. These are just the class of the 60s in the military. Most of them partook in coup and all the rest. They moved Nigeria to the point where they are today. Let us do some some analysis and try to see who is who in this picture. Who is who in this picture? We will be able to know their name one by one, and you will understand what I mean. Now let us start. Number one in this picture is Bisala. If you know Bisala, that means no, you are not part of the generation of Gen Z. Who is Bisala? Number two, we have Trinnell. Number three is Obasanjog, our same Baba Olusegun Obasanjog in those days. Number four is Murtala Mohammed. Number five is T.Y. Danjuma. Number six is Lawal. Number seven is Doko. Number eight is Abacha, Sonny Abacha. Number nine, Garba. Number 10, Abesoye. Number 11 is Dimka. If you know Dimka, you will understand. Dimka. Number 11 is Raymond. Number 13 is Dogonyaro. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, just come closer. Number 14 is Gowon. Is he still alive? Or is he still living? Did they partook in the civil war? What did they do? Let us see. Do some analysis. Number 15 is Suleiman. Number 16 is Yar Adua. Number 17 is Abubakar. Number 18 is Haladu. Number 19 is Akinrinade. Number 20 is Ogbada. Number 21 is Babangida IBB. Number 22 is Capt NN Kanu. Nigeria in one picture. More context to this history. Let's see. A group led by 4 ousted, 14 as head of state. Understand me very well. A group led by 4 ousted, 14 as head of state. B, 3 became deputy to 4. C, 1 and 11 led a group that killed 4. D. 3 replaced late 4 as head of state, with 16, 15, and 19 becoming second, third, and fourth in command respectively. Those are their position. If you understand this riddle, let's go. E. Number 16, number 5, number 19, number 21, etc. arrested and killed number 1 and number 11 for killing number 4. 16, 15, 19, 21, etc. arrested and killed number 1 and number 11 for killing 4. F. 21, number 21, number 8, and number 17 will later become head of states, so president in Nigeria at various times. 21, 8, 17. Former president of Nigeria. Number 21, number 8, and number 17 later became head of state, so president in Nigeria at various times, at different times. G. Number 19 and number 15 later became sort of pro-democracy activists, fighting 8 for democracy. Both went on to exile when targeted by 8 marksmen. Let me take it again. G. Number 19 and number 15 later became sort of pro-democracy activists, fighting number 8 for democracy. They are fighting number 8 for democracy. Both of them, 19 and 15, both went on exile while targeted by number 8 marksmen. Who is number 8? Check it out there in the picture. H. Number 8 later imprisoned number 3. Number 8 imprisoned number 3 for allegedly attempting to overthrow him. 8. Though they were in the same class, the class of the 60s. The class of the 60 in the military. They are just, the young officer then. That's what you're looking at in the picture. But they try to outsmart each other. And this is just the analysis of how they became and what they became in Nigeria in their own time. Some of them still alive, some of them have died. Let's say 8. 8 died while 3 was in prison. Number 8 died. Remember, number 8 died, And why number 3 was in prison? Number 3 was in prison, but number 8 died while he was in prison. But replaced by number 17, who supervised the return of number 3 as president. Number 3 has always been there. You see? Look at it. Number 3 returned as president of Nigeria. Look at this picture very well. You understand the riddle. Look at the name I mentioned. One by one. Listen again and try to see what they contributed to Nigeria. How, what they did in their own time. History will never forget what each and every person of this, of this military men, what they did in their own time to Nigeria. And I will tell you, part of what they did in the past is what remains until today. Part of what Nigeria is suffering for until today. Even the constitution you're using today, most of them were passed down from these guys. We mentioned Gowon, we mentioned Murtala, we mentioned Obasanjog, and a host of them that become head of state at their own various times. These are their faces. If you don't know, you try to know. Like I mentioned, through numbering them, putting them into context. You can look at this name, go on Google and make some searches, and go on Wiki. You will see all of them. Most of them, partook in the coup that happened in Nigeria. We mentioned Babangida. All of them were there during this period. All of them were there. We mentioned Bisala. All of them were there. You mentioned T.Y. Danjuma and Gowon and Obasanjog. All of them are still living now. Yar Adua has gone. Yar Adua has gone under. He has died. And like that, I'm not talking about, the junior Yar Adua. I'm talking about the senior Yar Adua. All of them were there then. So you need to know the name of all these military men. They were the one that pushed Nigeria down to where it is today. None of them, if you look back in history, you cannot really say, they've done, exceptionally well at the time whereby the opportunity of leading Nigeria was dropped on their lap. Did they do it well? We have Murtala. What did they do exactly during the civil war, the Nigerian Biafra war? What did Murtala do? What did he do? Did he perform well? Who is Murtala Mohammed at that time that we're talking about. What did he do? Our Ebora who is still there, what did he also do? What did they perform? How did they treat the Biafrans? What did they do? Even up to today. I mean, was the correction made now? Has it been adjusted what they did in the past? Because if it has been done, at least we won't have the kind of division we have in Nigeria today. Up to today, the division is too much. The polarization is too much. The East, the West, the North, and all the rest. Let us learn from history. If you need to hold this country together, let's try to hold it together by, equity and justice. By practicing equity and justice, not just to say, okay, you want a nation and the nation must be kept together by force when you guys are not really doing anything correctly. When you are not taking care of the people, you only took care of yourself, because most of them also, dropped their uniform at a particular time, and they took up the gown of the civilians. But you took up the gown of the civilian, but what did you do then? Did you try to take your people out of problem, up the doldrum, or you put them back into doldrums? History will never forget all of them. These are their names. All of them were coupists at their own time, at the various time or the other. But these are the history. They are history today. Some of them died, some of them are still living. Now you have your time. Now you are in position now. Be civilian or be, a major general or, an officer in the army or in the police. Do it well, because we are watching you. History will come after you as well. History will come after you. What you do today will also be reported tomorrow. People that are ruling today, be careful. Igba olobi orere. That's what my people used to say. Igba olobi orere. The time is, power is transient. You don't stay in power forever. You don't stay in power forever. You cannot be king forever. Look at the name of all these military men, numbered one by one in the picture. You will understand. This is Chokitable Media. Keep enjoying and keep learning.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.